Hello, Stephanie. How are you?
Hi, Joe. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing okay. I went to a restaurant last night, and before and after the restaurant, I went to a pub. So I'm a little rough around the edges.
Oh, really?
But
Sounds like a fun night, though.
It was a very nice night. A lovely restaurant and a lovely pub.
Oh, wow. Pubs.
Yeah. Pubs.
Very British.
Very British, and actually kind of leads us nicely into what our topic is for today.
Drinking.
Yeah, today we're going to talk a little bit about drinking culture in the UK. And
well, we certainly have a big drinking culture, I think, in the UK.
Yeah, that's right. Almost, I would say in Europe, it's pretty synonymous with British culture, actually.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do you like to drink much, then?
I have been known to dabble in drinking.
Okay.
Yes, my family are Irish, and they also have fairly similar drinking culture.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I love a pub, not just for the drinks, but for the atmosphere as well.
Mm-hmm.
A pub is a shortened version for the name of a public house, which, it is made for us to feel as if we are in our home, our house. It's kind of everybody's living room, I suppose.
That's it, yes. Have you got a favourite pub you like to go to? A local, let's say?
Yeah, well, the pub I was at yesterday is called The Bell, and it's got a fantastic atmosphere in there. Very big mix of people, but everybody is nice and jolly.
Okay, so you got a little bit merry yesterday.
Yes, a couple of Guinness before the restaurant, and that was good fun. So, have you ever thought about why these pubs have sometimes quite strange names? The Bow Bells.
Yeah.
There is one near me called the Walnut Tree. There's one called the Red Lion.
The Walnut Tree, that sounds quite posh, actually, in comparison.
It sounds posher than it is.
Okay.
But,
quite a naughty pub then.
Yes, I suppose, yeah. Some characters in there, we would say.
Okay.
Actually, it's quite interesting. The reason that pubs have such strange names, I found out quite recently, is because the idea of the pub in the UK predates when most people were able to read. It predates literacy.
Okay.
So if you were in a new town and somebody said, I will meet you at the Red Lion, you wouldn't be able necessarily to read red or lion.
Right, yeah.
So you needed a picture outside the pub in order to find the right pub.
Sounds quite simple, really.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. But it shows you how old the idea of a pub is, because hundreds and hundreds of years ago, not many people could read in the UK.
Yes, and I remember hearing somewhere that, I think it was in the Victorian times, that gin was cheaper than water.
Yeah.
So people used to drink
I
gin.
think it was definitely safer than water. Lots of the water was contaminated and quite bad for you because gin was purified. Yeah. What's the name for gin? What's that name that I think we call it the mother's ruin.
Oh, yes.
There's a reason for that as well. I'm not quite sure where it's come from, but the mother's ruin is a nickname for gin.
For gin.
I don't know about you. At university, there was a culture of playing games with alcohol. And I have heard that it happens sometimes in Korea as well. There are some games.
Oh, really?
But they're quite different. Did you have any games at your university?
Well, I definitely had a few games I used to play with university friends, yeah. One of them was Have You Ever? Or I Have Never, or something like that.
Yeah.
So you basically drink a shot of whatever alcohol it is that you're drinking if you have done the thing that people ask.
Okay.
So if I said to you, Joe, have you ever been skydiving?
Okay. And if I haven't, I wouldn't drink. But if I have been skydiving, I would.
You would, exactly.
And then sometimes the I have never or have you ever can get quite embarrassing.
Oh,
right?
yeah, totally.
So
it always goes in a certain direction.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a good
game. It's good fun, though.
Yeah. There are some games where they take a little bit of concentration, and the more drinks you have, the harder it is to concentrate. Yeah, numerous drinking games, but it is a big part of university culture in the UK.
That's true. Yeah, I think that drinking in general is quite a big thing in British culture. So much so that we've got so many words for drunk.
Yeah, they say that the Inuits have 28 words for snow. Different words for snow. I would say we have more than that for being drunk.
That's true.
In the UK. What are some of your favourites?
Oh, I think I normally say I was hammered.
Hammered, yeah. There's hammered. I have one friend who is a little bit posh, and he likes to say sloshed.
Oh.
Sloshed.
That's
I was
nice
sloshed last night, darling.
It sounds posh.
Yes, it does. Yes, it rhymes with posh.
Off your face. I like that one.
Yeah, off your face.
Off my
Yeah,
face.
I was off my face last night.
Yeah.
My little sister, she says wavy now. Wavy, like a wave.
Does that mean very drunk or just a little bit drunk?
I think it means quite drunk, yeah. The one that I use quite a lot is tipsy. Tipsy is, I think, one of the favourites in the UK because it doesn't mean very, very drunk. So even when people are quite drunk, they might say, I'm tipsy, because they would prefer that adjective.
That's true. It's less embarrassing to be tipsy than, off your face, for example.
Yeah, I know that in Spanish, tipsy is piripi. So that's like a nice one.
That sounds cute.
Yeah, it's quite cute. Like tipsy, it's quite a cute word.
That's true.
And then what about the day after?
Oh.
If you have got, for example, hammered or off your face, are there any words that you would say to describe how you feel afterwards?
I normally would say I'm feeling a little fragile today.
Fragile is a nice one. There's lots of reasons.
Or rough. Feeling a bit rough.
Rough, rough around the edges.
Yeah. What about you?
Or
do you not feel rough? You just keep going.
I am a bit of the type of person, I tend to annoy my sisters because they would be feeling rough or fragile. I described my little sister the other day as dead to the world.
That's a good one.
She was not really ready to face anybody. Yeah, so I like rough around the edges.
So if you're hungover, are you able to function that day? Or do you need a couple of days to get over it?
Now it depends on the kind of evening, but definitely I'm feeling it more now with my senior 20s.
In your senior 20s?
Yeah, well,
wait till you get to your 30s.
Yeah, I'm waiting October.
There you go.
But yeah, when you're feeling a bit rough, there is, and because again, sometimes drinking is so embedded in our culture that we see it also as a cure for when you have a hangover.
Yes.
And we have a strange expression.
Yes, I think I know the one.
Yeah, which one? Which one might I be talking about?
Hair of the dog.
Yes, so we say hair of the dog if you are going to have a drink after a night of drinking. If you're feeling a bit unwell, fragile, rough, the idea is that another drink will help.
Yeah. Have you ever tried it?
I have tried it, and I have to say it does work. Maybe 1 or 2 is more than enough to make you feel less fragile.
I normally keep far away from alcohol when I'm hungover.
Okay.
So I don't normally do that, hair of the dog. I normally just want a good fry-up, the next day. A good English breakfast, lots of bacon.
Many
beans.
Different people have different ideas, don't they?
Do you have a favourite hangover food?
I think usually I go for salty things. Definitely salty things. I like things like crisps. I snack on things, I suppose. Hair of the dog is one of them. Maybe 1 or 2, if it's on the weekend, of course. And that comes from hair of the dog, the hair of the dog that bites you. And I think the idea was if a dog bit you, then you would need to use some of the hair from that dog as a remedy.
That's why we invented Bloody Marys, right?
Is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
Because they're tomato juice and vodka, right?
Right,
I think so. It was invented as a morning kind of hair of the dog drink.
Yeah, tomato juice with vitamins.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes a bit of Tabasco to wake you up.
Yeah, so normally you buy a round, don't you?
Okay.
You buy a round for everyone. So you say, it's my round. So, I'm going to buy the drinks for the table. That's kind of how it works here.
Oh yeah, that's right. A lot of people go into pubs and they would say, the first person to offer would say, it's my round.
It's my round, yeah.
They're going to buy the drinks for everyone there.
Obviously, they then expect that the next few times will be on
the other person, the other people around.
Exactly.
Yeah. A round of drinks is 1 drink for everybody in the group, in the circle of friends or so.
Yeah. Obviously, sometimes when you buy a round, it might be a cheap round if somebody doesn't drink, if somebody's teetotal.
That's right. That's true.
But to be honest, from my experience, I think British people often view someone like that with a bit of suspicion, don't you?
Yeah. I think it's definitely been that way for quite a long time. Being teetotal, being off any alcohol.
People wonder why. Why
yeah.
are you not drinking? Why can't you have one?
I would say maybe in that respect things might be changing a little bit. I did something called Dry January this year, which is when you don't drink for the whole of January. Usually because in the UK December is as boozy a month as you will get before Christmas, in the lead up to Christmas, and then before New Year's Eve. So I had some alcohol-free beers, which were okay. Not that cheap
I bet.
for what they should be, really. But yeah, so does it count to be teetotal for a month? I don't know.
See, that's the thing. It's okay to be teetotal for a month because it's just a month. So I think most people might see that as admirable because you're doing it for January. And I think most of the time it's for charity or something, isn't it?
Yeah,
for January?
I just sort of did it for myself, a little challenge.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, don't they? Did you find it cleansing?
I felt good after a couple of weeks, and then I was a bit frustrated just because I still went out. I still wanted to go out. Being in the pub was okay with everybody as they were getting trolleyed or rat-arsed or hammered. It was just the leaving part after the pub. It felt like hours for people to say goodbye to each other.
Oh, really?
And it made me realise I probably am one of these people after the pub. But you never notice unless you're completely sober.
Well, I kind of fancy a beer now.
Yeah. All of this talking is thirsty work.
Yes, I agree.
Maybe we could go off and have a quick beer. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go down the local pub, shall we?
Yeah, the Lion and Key or the Queen's Head or something to that effect.
Perfect. Drinks on you though, right?
Yeah, first round's on me.
Okay, perfect.